If you enjoy the adventures of our characters in Ostia and our show about the rules for 5th edition, support us on Patreon. For just $1 a month, you will get exclusive content and updates. If you're interested in a look behind the curtain of how we keep track of all of our quests, we are going to be releasing our players' to-do list document for each session to all patrons going forward. This includes our plans for which characters need to have a heart-to-heart, what letters are they writing to family at home, and which NPCs can't be trusted. Beyond that, higher tiers get DM's notes, bloopers from our episodes, and to add an item or NPC to a D&D Raw episode. We are especially grateful to our producer tier patrons who listen to our audio before anyone else to give feedback and shape the final episode. We want to give a special thanks to Johnny Torres for serving as a producer on this episode. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/DNDRaw. Next week will be Rumble Squad episode 30. Join us now for Serviceable Plots, episode 37. People are Wiley and have powers. And with me today are the following players.
Hi, I'm Bethany, and I'll be playing Belinda Walsingham, the half-elf awakened mystic.
Hi, this is Adam, and I will be playing Akiva Khonshu, the Shadar Kai Hexblade Warlock.
Hi, I'm Jane, and I'm playing Nissa Turin, the gnome arcane trickster rogue.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I'm playing Scrivener Shannon Whitecliffe, the human rogue fighter.
Last time, the party met with Darvin, the royal cleric of Orenthal, and explained how dire the undead situation was. With this, Darvin requested the party join him in the Abyss, and be a second team there meant to collect the information in Tenebris's library in 10 days' time. Afterwards, the party went to Belinda's apartment to sleep after a very long day. During the night, however, Orlais, Scriv's childhood friend, came to see him and wanted to show him a mural that she had made. Akiva decided to accompany Scriv and allowed Belinda and Nissa to sleep as they followed Orlais. After seeing a mural of Scriv defending acolytes of Umera, Orlais stabbed Scriv and Akiva, paralyzing them with poison and stealing the amulet of Veripol. Before she could get very far, Akiva called out to Umbra to take control of him to stop this from happening. Umbra obliged, and Scriv saw Akiva's patron block out the night sky before hearing a terrifying scream. When Akiva came to, Orlais was nowhere to be found, and Umbra commented that he would hold on to the amulet for now. So to backtrack a little bit, somewhat earlier in the night, Belinda, you awaken, a voice in your head.
Hello, dear. I received your letter, and I'm downstairs. I'm available to talk.
I'll respond telepathically. Well, it's not the most convenient time, but I'll head on down. So, Tony, I will sneak, I think, out of the room. I think Akiva's on watch right now. And I'll quietly walk down the stairs to Henrietta's shop.
So, you sneak out of your apartment, able to beat Akiva's passive perception, and descend the stairs to the Much Cry and Little Wool. There you see, just waiting within the shop, the old woman with milky white eyes, by Agosto. Ah, Belinda. A pleasure to see you again. It's been some time.
Likewise, I suppose.
So, to what do I owe this meeting? We did not get on the best of footing when we last saw each other.
So, Vi, I know you're a woman who loves to beat around the bush when people aren't expecting it, but I get it. Your whole deal, the whole shtick. I understand. But I'm not really interested in that.
I can see that clearly, dear. You were not interested at the time. You were very direct. Something I'm not used to, but appreciate where I see it.
I didn't sense an overwhelming fondness from you.
Oh, not fond of it. Understand it. Appreciate it in people.
Well, I get that you're very interested in Scriv Whitecliffe.
He's a charming boy, isn't he? So much potential.
I don't really like your level of interest.
I mean, he is an adult. He can make decisions for himself, dear.
Certainly. But you're not just any person.
I'm not.
You obviously want something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your angle is, but I know you have one. You don't waste your time.
I'm waiting for the point, dear. You would have called me here just to talk about Scriv. You want to make a deal, don't you?
If it's beneficial to both of us.
Makes sense to me.
I want some things from you.
And what would that be?
I heard about what you've been doing west of here.
I travel all over the place, dear. You're going to have to be more specific.
The Rigorum.
Ah, and how might you have come across that information?
Why would I tell you?
Curiosity.
Only if I'm getting something in return, and I don't think I am on this.
Not yet, anyway. So yes, I have been rather busy in the Rigorum.
We'll call it influence. A powerful influence over the people of Ascenthias.
Nissa.
I know you guys go way back.
She tends to have a similar viewpoint in certain aspects of theology to me.
Anti-deity. I don't agree, but I understand. You don't like threats. Neither do I.
At least on this we can agree.
I think we can help each other. There's a couple things I want, and I'll give you something you need in return.
I'm listening, dear.
You want to talk to Scriv. You want to influence him. There's something you want to either get him to do or to learn about him. I don't know what it is. I know there's no way you're going to tell me.
Yes, dear.
But you know I could talk him out of it.
You know him longer than I have. True.
I know him better than you do.
For now. At least you think so.
You know my intervention would be a problem for you.
I know it would be an obstacle, but I do tend to try to avoid obstacles if I can help it.
Well, the two things I want will cost you nothing.
What would you like?
I want your assurance that you're going to release the people of Ascenthias.
Release them from my influence. Dear, I barely hold influence over them as it is.
I want you gone.
Your other request?
I want your assurance you will never let any harm come to Scriv.
If it's within my power, I will not allow any harm to come to Scriv.
You must actively prevent it where you can. And I know you can.
Within reason, dear, there are many things in this multiverse that even I would have difficulty contending with.
I don't think you want anything to happen to Scriv. I think you want him safe. I think you care. For whatever reason. But I want you to make a deal with me that includes that as a guarantee, because I know you will abide by that. Just as I will for any agreement I take part in.
You, in no way, shape, or form, influence Scriv to stop him from coming to see me, coming to talk to me.
I will not intervene in any way, because I will have your assurance that no harm will come to him. Harm of any kind.
That is a vague term of harm of any kind, dear. But I understand your meaning.
And the people of Ascenthias?
Dear, that's an easy one.
You don't care anymore, do you? You've moved on already.
I received what I wanted of Ascenthias. I no longer need to exert my influence in that area. They may live their lives in peace. I still have my focus in the area, but I will leave them be.
You wouldn't make a mistake by having some sort of grand scheme that in any way harms the Vremer Empire, would you?
Dear, my concerns are beyond that of the Vremer Empire. I have no interest in having any entity as large as this come after me in any way.
Good. Then it seems like we have reached an understanding.
She holds out a hand.
Agreed?
Agreed. And I'll shake her hand. I assume this falls under your secrecy. You know, you're a discreet person.
Oh dear. Telling Scriv would not be a benefit to me yet. So no, I have no intention of telling the child.
I thought you said he was an adult just a few minutes ago.
Oh dear, you're all children to me.
Yes, we haven't all lived such a full life as you have.
It's true.
I'm going to figure it out, you know.
Please, feel free to try.
I don't tend to fail.
Neither do I, dear.
It's going to be an interesting way forward.
I believe we'll have similar interesting conversations in the future. But time will tell.
Yeah. When we find out what's going on with the deities, that will be of great interest to you.
Not just me, it would seem.
I'm pretty transparent about what I want. More so than you.
It's true.
The best lies are the ones we don't even have to tell.
It's a shame, dear. I feel in another time, in another life, you and I could have been friends.
I don't have friends. And neither do you.
She just gets a big smile.
Well, thank you for your time.
It was quite informative and useful.
I know you feel like you came out ahead on this, and I don't care. I'm not here to win this.
Oh, this is one battle, dear. There's a war to come at some point, I'm sure. I guess we'll see which sides we fall on.
I know where I stand.
So you say. Till next time, Belinda.
and she will leave the shop. And Belinda, you return to your apartment, sneaking back in, and rest for the remainder of the evening. Now we're going to go ahead and jump ahead in time to after Umbra's taking over of Akiva's body, and just a general reminder of the perspective of both Scriv and Akiva as this had occurred. For Scriv, the world went dark, and all he saw was this figure with pale skin, red eyes, and this kind of glowing purplish khopesh.
Rising from where Akiva was laying.
Yes, as the world went dark, like there was no Akiva, there was just this figure. And he flew off, and for a moment the world remained dark before you heard a feminine scream. Just after that scream, there was the brief moment the darkness seemed to be pulled like a curtain away from around you and retreat off in the direction that this dark figure flew. And the stars returned to the sky. Akiva's perspective. You gave control to Umbra with the brief mention as you felt the shadows engulf you of like, wait, don't kill her, before you are almost 100 feet away. No sign of anyone else around you. Scriv is about 100 feet behind you, lying on his back, staring up at the sky. You did hear Umbra say, "This is an interesting item. I will hold on to it."
Okay, I will just quickly just say, I really hope you didn't kill her. We will discuss getting that amulet back, hopefully, please. And then I'll run over. I'm going to pick up Scriv. I'll check to see if he's okay first.
You just see tears going down his face, into the dirt beside him, even probably starting to get his hair a little damp.
Okay, I will say, I'm really sorry. I didn't know what else to do. She was going to get away with the amulet, and I know that's important, and I don't know who she works for, and let's get you back. And then I'm going to just kind of sling him over my shoulder.
As you kind of shake him and pick him up, Scriv, your muscles start to loosen, and you can move again.
All right. I stand up, confused.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. I did mention that he...
Akiva, it's fine. Let's just get going.
I will say I did mention that I hoped he didn't kill her. He might also have the amulet.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. And then I'll bring him back, kind of giving him a shoulder if he needs it.
Yeah, I take the shoulder, and I do not look back at the mural.
So, you guys proceed back to Much Cry and Little Wool. Sun is rising by this point, because you guys didn't need a full 8 hours.
We come in through the front door.
Yeah, up the stairs.
Am I waking up yet?
You'd be waking up by the time they're arriving, so they're walking into the room as you are like...
Reading the note on the table.
So we see her when we walk in, that she's awake and up.
Oh yeah, Belinda's awake.
What did you do?
Bad things.
Wait, what? No, I was being chastising. What do you mean? Scriv? Are you okay?
I may have done a very bad thing.
Orlais came by, and we went to go see a mural that she painted on the Temple of Vumera, and
hold on, let me wake up Nissa. So I'll go and shake Nissa. Nissa, apparently something happened during the night. We're getting filled in now. I hope you're a morning person.
No. Wait, what's going on?
My friend with the Shadow Wolves attacked us.
She tried to poison and incapacitate us, but...
She did poison and incapacitate us.
Wait, she stabbed you?
Yeah. And then, as I was going down, I saw her taking the amulet from Scriv, and I made a split-second decision. I reached out to Umbra and told him to take over, but not to kill her, and he did.
Kill her?
No, he took care of her. I didn't see a body. I don't know where she is. Also, he might have the amulet.
Wait, how could he have the amulet? He's not...
I don't know. He said, this is interesting. I will have this as well.
He became material.
He became material in Orenthal?
Yeah, he took over.
Belinda, I saw him.
You saw Umbra physically here.
A broad black cloak that blotted out the sky, pinpricks of red eyes. He moved faster than anything I'd ever seen.
I'd only ever done this once before, and it was when I went to save my people, and I don't know if he killed
Akiva?
if he killed
Stop.
Orlais, and I'm really sorry.
Akiva.
And at this point, Akiva will actually start breaking down into tears.
Akiva, give me your sword.
Okay, here, and I will shakily just hand it to her.
I don't think you should have it right now.
That's okay. Yeah.
Just breathe, okay?
I will just put an arm around your shoulder, and I will probably cry a little bit too.
I'll keep saying over and over, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
just stop talking. Just breathe. Just think about your breathing, okay? Scriv, I didn't think we could trust her, but I didn't expect that.
It's the difference between trusting someone and trusting their judgment, right?
Yeah. It sounds like she didn't want to do what she did. I guess she felt she had to.
She had to stab me. Okay.
I didn't say she did. She obviously had a choice, but we don't know her reasoning yet. Nissa, I think this shows if Orlais wasn't the mole in the Shadow Wolves, then she was working with whoever it was.
It looks that way, yeah.
Belinda, you hear a very weak, distant voice in your head. Just, apologies. That was an exertion. I could find out what she knows. I have access to her memories. If you wish the information,
Do it.
it will take time and more strength than I have. I'm going to rest. I can let you know what I learn later.
Where's the amulet?
With me.
I want it back. Or I'll make sure you don't get any more power.
Roll intimidation.
14.
I am weak. We'll talk later. Discuss terms for its return.
I'm not going to respond.
How long is it going to take before we get Akiva basically stable from the edge of a nervous breakdown?
Akiva?
After I'm done crying, I'm basically just gonna revert. Full on, no emotions, no nothing.
So Akiva goes straight-faced.
Are you okay, Akiva, right now? Is this okay? Is this coping?
I'll deal with it later.
Okay.
I will mostly do the same. I will wipe off my tears and get towards the documentation that needs to be analyzed.
Scriv, she's not dead.
That's good to hear.
I'm working on it.
Thank you. However, personal tragedies aside, we need to get food, and then... Nissa, I imagine with all of this you're going to want to talk to the Shadow Wolves.
Now more than ever, yeah.
Are you going to need me or Akiva? I don't know how much help I'm going to be.
I think maybe you guys should rest?
I've had enough time for rest. I'm going to see about maybe getting through this paperwork. We have the tome from the library, we have the research notes, we have so much.
Yeah, I was thinking this book, this is the only one. Could you copy it? At least the relevant section on the Rotten region, so there wouldn't be only the single copy.
Yeah, I can definitely do it if you give me the range. I'm a scrivener, it's what I do.
Yeah, I would like to stay with you, Akiva, but Nissa, I'm a little worried about you going by yourself.
We need to go in pairs, especially after what she did.
Yeah, I don't know the Shadow Wolves. I'll keep quiet if you want me to. I just would hate for you to be betrayed. It's been a day of betrayal.
Apparently so. Yeah, if you want to accompany me, that's fine.
At least I could be another set of eyes. If the Whispered Ones are infiltrating anything, anywhere, I want to know about it as much as possible. So, Scriv, you be okay here working? I mean, do we all want to go get... I know there's the stalls. It's not... The festival's over, but there's still the market. We could go grab something to...
Yeah, breakfast sounds great.
Akiva, do you want to come?
Sure.
One last thing. If they knew about the amulet, then they might know about the other things. The Life's Blade and, well...
Scriv, I know this is not the best time to ask this question. Orlais, as an artist, did she have any ability with working with documents?
We learned calligraphy together.
Because, you remember the papers that Faithfulness had.
And that's the first time I'm considering that? Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know that the Whispered Ones know everything we have, otherwise I think they would have come after us sooner. I think,
It was her.
I think Orlais told them. Yeah. I think she was trying to prove her value to them, perhaps, as some sort of initiation. She might not have even known who they really were. She seemed to be idealistic in her conversation with you, so perhaps it was all genuine, misplaced trust.
Her penmanship's actually gotten a lot better. She didn't write so well when we were growing up, but it was well done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why don't you focus on the research, the documentation?
Just have, Henrietta send up some food or something if you could.
Yeah, Nissa and I could go grab food. Akiva, why don't you come help Henrietta in the shop? I'm sure she has things that need shelving.
Sure.
Give you something to do?
Yeah.
So, Scriv, you're just, you're focusing on reading the documents and the book?
And making a copy of the book, along with annotated notes cross-referencing the research documents.
So since you're making a copy of the book, I'm going to say you're focusing entirely on the book, just because that copying and reading it will take you time. Akiva, you're just going and helping Henrietta keep things stocked and staffed?
He's basically just robot.
You see most of the stuff seems to be texts or scrolls or documents that relate to the various deities. A couple of times you notice, like, some commentary on Neslim as you're moving stuff about. Some stuff that are just like, oh yeah, 100% we did that. Others, they're like, it was a little like that, but not quite. Really, he's more, focusing on the passage, not necessarily just like, hi, it's like, oh, death, only death.
Some it's inaccurate, is what you're saying to Akiva?
Some of the notations, yeah. Belinda, Nissa, you are off to go grab food?
Yeah, we'll just grab something quick at the marketplace. Try to figure out how much would Belinda tell Henrietta? Just say, Henrietta, sorry, it was an emotionally trying night for Akiva and Scriv, so I hope you don't mind if they just sort of go about their business. They should be quiet.
That's fine. He has been quite helpful. I'm pointing towards Akiva, who is stocking shelves, cleaning some things here and there.
Yeah, sorry, Nissa, have you met Henrietta?
I don't believe so.
So you see a silver dragonborn woman. Oh, a pleasure to meet you.
Hello.
Nissa's another Orenthal native. She worked with Cecil for a bit.
Oh, that's lovely. He was such a nice child.
Yeah, so we should be back. You think it won't take long, Nissa?
Not too long, hopefully.
Very well. I mean, the shop is open and running, so should be getting customers in soon.
Yep. All right, we'll be back then. Good luck with the shopping day. Take care, Akiva.
Thank you.
We'll quickly go to the pastries, come back, drop off food for the boys.
Okay.
And then Belinda doesn't know where we're going, so I guess we could chat on the way, because I know I'll have some questions about proper Shadow Wolf etiquette.
Yeah, so on the way to go meet Lyle.
So, Nissa, you said we're going to meet Lyle? Who's Lyle?
He's my contact. He's the guy who, he kind of got me into the Shadow Wolves, and he's the one who gives me the jobs and stuff.
So you're your handler, I guess.
I guess?
Interesting. I haven't really studied the hierarchy of the Shadow Wolves. Do's and don'ts, etiquette, what should I be aware of?
Hey DM, what should she be aware of?
Basically, the kind of thing that Shadow Wolves do to other people, don't
do to them. Okay.
I don't know that that's exactly easy to follow.
No, it's not supposed to be.
I assume you're gonna do most of the talking. I'm just here to help you, support you, make sure no one stabs you, because so far half of our party has been stabbed today. I'd like that to not increase.
At one point on your trip, by the way, you notice a lot of activity of guards right around where that fight took place. You see several different guards moving out. You also see, like, this red-skinned tiefling man, like, jotting some notes and stuff as he's looking at what's going on. As you guys are walking by, the tiefling does look, oh, do you all live in this area? Do you know what happened here? I'm trying to figure out. None of the guards are telling me anything.
Sorry, you work with the guards?
No, I am simply a reporter on all the shady business that goes on to this. These are the Shadow Wolves are dead in the streets? That's not common for this area. Elril, ace reporter here. I try to inform the people of what they need to know.
Sorry, who do you work for? Which paper?
The Orenthal Inquirer. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Sorry. I've been traveling for some time. Also, Tony, how on earth do they print newspapers? We don't have printing presses.
They don't. They're handwritten notations.
Wow. Not a wide distribution is what I'm hearing. Oh, sorry, Elril. You're an ace reporter, so you're trying to get a scoop here.
Trying to find out what happened. Why are there Shadow Wolves dead in the streets? Who killed them? Who's after them?
Maybe other Shadow Wolves. Perhaps it's some sort of infighting or, just other criminal elements.
It'd be quite interesting. And neither of you know anything that happened here, do you?
Do I look like the sort of person who's fighting in the streets with people at night?
Kind of looks at you and, suppose not. But you never know. People are wily. Powers.
People are wily and have powers.
Indeed. Looks can be deceiving.
You think this was done by some sort of magic users?
That one just has blood all over his face. Points to one of the bodies that's being, pulled out. No other injuries that I have seen, but then again, I haven't proven anything yet, and the guards won't talk to me. Anyways, excuse me, and he tries to get the attention of one of the guards.
Well, that was interesting. Should we be on our way?
Moving on?
Yeah. Sketchy. Sorry, so Nissa, feel free to lead the way. I do want some answers from them, but I'll try to leave it to you to ask the questions and not intrude too much. I assume who I am might be a problem?
I don't know. Will it?
How do the Shadow Wolves feel about the Walsinghams?
I mean, you're not noble, so that's a plus. But, they may be reluctant to trust you, I guess.
Just mean maybe I'm not well known as a person. I'm nobody, but just maybe I won't have the last name that...
General Walsingham's daughter and nobody.
I had a desk job for years, you know. No, I just meant I'll not bring up my family or anything like that. I'm just a friend of yours? Associate? Hireling?
I think Lyle would be very suspicious if I introduced you as my hireling. Associate.
Alright, we are associates. Glad we got our cover story. I helped you on the job, I guess? And I'm here to be paid.
Right.
Sorry, are you more of a wing it type? I'm used to kind of like knowing where I feel like our styles are not working right now. I like to have a plan, a concept.
I'm getting that impression, yeah. I'm more the wing it type. Just, play it as it comes up, just... If you want to have more of a plan, right now we can pause, feel free.
Nope, I think I got enough to go on. I'll be fine.
You eventually arrive at a somewhat rundown building tavern called the Drunken Duck. You walk in and it's fairly empty. There's a few patrons around. Nissa, you notice Aggie's moving about, the half-elven woman, kind of like hair strung out all over the place as she's just scurrying from table to table. But it's more quiet than you're used to. It's usually a little bit busier than this.
I will call out to Aggie for drinks.
She'll look over at you and just kind of open her eyes a little bit wider and shake her head a little bit as one of the guys is calling her over. And she'll scurry over to one of the tables.
Telepathy open. Is that expected?
No. Something's wrong, and it's really quiet in here.
I'm gonna activate my danger sense. And I'll just say to Nissa telepathically, I've created a psychic model, so to speak, so hopefully if anything's up, I can anticipate it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Are you guys doing anything else? Because you know, Nissa, that Lyle is always in the back room.
Yeah.
The door is open to the back room, by the way.
Can I just peer around and see if I can see him? Not just walk straight in, because I'm feeling like there's something off.
Make a perception check.
18.
Peek around. Not a lot of light in the back room. There's no windows back there. You do see someone moving about back there. Whoever it is wearing a big cloak, but is definitely not Lyle because they are over 6 feet tall.
Ooh.
He's kind of at the table. He seems to be looking through some papers.
What are we doing? Do I sit?
Lyle's not there. Someone's in there, but it's not Lyle.
You wanna go find out?
I guess. Just be ready. Yeah, I'll open the door, go into the back room.
When you go to open the door, it makes the familiar squeak slightly, and the figure stands up a little bit straighter and turns, and you see a half-orc man. Gray eyes, purplish gray skin. His short black hair is kind of tied back into a small ponytail, wearing studded leather, a long dark cloak, and you notice like several daggers kind of all along his belt. And he turns, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
Oh, hi. Sorry, I was looking for a friend of mine, looking for Lyle. Don't know if you've seen him.
Are you Nissa?
Yes.
The organization has no problem with you. You are cleared of all suspicion. Lyle, however, has been found selling information to a third party.
Wait, Lyle?
Indeed. We have found the information amongst his things, and he has since fled and gone into hiding. You wouldn't happen to know where he is, do you?
I haven't spoken to him for a few days now, since before I left Orenthal.
And where did he send you?
Sorry, pop it in. Hi. If we knew where he was, we wouldn't be here looking for him.
I was simply curious. Who are you? I do not recognize you.
Well, do you know her?
From reputation.
She just let me work on this job with her.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. So it's a natural 20 plus 6, total of 26.
Ah, you are an associate, a contact of hers for her mission. Where did Lyle send you?
Quick telepathy to Nissa. Do we tell? Do we not tell? Do you trust Lyle? I don't know this guy.
The guy does a quick little hand gesture that Nissa that says Shadow Wolf in Thieves' Camp.
I mean, I trusted Lyle. This guy's one of the Shadow Wolves.
Okay, then I'll just say, we were in Oakhart.
Oakhart? What was in Oakhart? What did he have you look for? He did not keep any notes of why you were on a mission.
Sorry, what's your name?
I am Sedan.
Sedan's the name on the letter.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't tell him where we were then, and we don't tell him what we know, and we try to get out of here in one piece.
Yes.
This one can be trusted, yes? Pointing to Belinda as he is looking at Nissa.
Totally. Completely.
As a Fang, Lyle used his position to try and gain information about our organization and give it to a third party that we are still looking into.
Don't suppose you'd be willing to share who the third party is?
We are uncertain. That is part of the problem.
It's the whispered ones, isn't it?
Long pause.
Maybe that's not such a problem as it seems?
What do you know about the third party?
Very little, wouldn't you say, Nissa? Just rumors?
Yeah. Very much just rumors, things I've heard.
And the whispered ones, you think that they might be this group? The third party?
Is a possibility?
Yeah, and it's a very intriguing one, I would say, wouldn't you, Nissa?
Indeed.
I'm very much wanting to know more about what that would mean, if that was the case.
If that is the case, then that is very dangerous information to have. Why don't you step in and close the door behind you, so we may talk privately?
I think we could have a private conversation. You know, right here, I think seems like
There are many ears outside of the room that should not hear such information, if it is delicate.
Sure, we can speak privately.
So he's gesturing to the opposite side of the table, where there are several chairs around this circular table in this pretty simple plain room. He is gesturing for you to sit on the opposite side of the table, basically farthest away from the door.
Alright, I'll sit.
Sitting? Yep.
He remains standing. What do you know about the whispered ones?
I met Demise
Raises an eyebrow.
briefly, in passing.
Who is this Demise?
Oh, sorry, maybe I got the name wrong. I thought it would be familiar to you.
I'm not certain who a Demise is. Is it someone in the city, outside of the city?
It's a tiefling woman, purple, yay high, bit of an accent. Not from Orenthal.
I do not believe I heard the name Demise when I heard her.
Perhaps that was the accent.
Perhaps. His gaze passes between Belinda and Nissa back and forth as you're talking, by the way.
Sorry, I know I said Nissa and I worked a job together. We're looking for opportunities.
What sort of opportunities are you looking for?
In my case, mostly making coin.
So you're just looking to make money? Well, I mean, you are a member of the Shadow Wolves. That it's a great way to make money.
I mean, there's lots of ways to make money. If it was to serve a good cause, you know, so much the better.
And you, as a paw within our organization, what sort of causes do you look to support?
I don't know how much you know about the Wizard Ones. We didn't prep for this, but you said you like to wing it, and this is as winging it as it gets.
I may be regressing the winging thing.
Yeah, the Whispered Ones are all about power, so maybe that's a way to go. You could, I know you come from a powerless background, perhaps that would be something they're looking for. If Orlay worked for them, she kind of has a similar story.
As well as the coin, I obviously would like to work my way through the ranks. I pretty much come from nothing. I'm not sure I want it to stay that way my entire life, so, you know, I'd like to work my way up.
And so you are looking to grow in the ranks of the Shadow Wolves. Try and become a Fang, a Wolf even.
One day.
Unless a better offer came along.
Roll persuasion.
20.
What if you can get more coin, more prestige, while still continuing along the ranks of the Shadow Wolves? Become a wolf. Perhaps even jump to an alpha?
That's a big jump.
I am assuming you enjoy what you do.
Of course.
Going in, taking what you need, and returning, but that is a lot of risk. What if others did some of the lesser jobs for you? Is this the sort of positions that you are looking to attain?
I could get behind that.
One of my associates is coming into town at some point, perhaps in the next several days or so. Maybe you would like to meet him.
Yeah, I would be very intrigued to do so.
He is going to, in Thieves' Cant, signal to you, Nissa, this is for you. Use the other one, but eliminate if necessary.
Oh, these can't back understood, no problem.
Brief bit of or if I deem necessary.
Not sure what that was. I'm sure it's good. Can you ask how we'll know this person and where to find them and details?
Yep. So for the meeting, where am I going to meet this individual and how am I going to know them?
I will find a way to contact you, but they will be very recognizable. Don't worry.
I hate being told not to worry.
Yeah, isn't worrying just kind of a default setting?
You want to work up the ranks in the Shadow Wolves. I believe that this associate of mine will be able to help with that at a more rapid rate than you are currently working in.
Sounds good to me.
Now, this never happened. We never spoke.
Never met you before in my life.
Good.
We just came in for drinks and got lost on the way to the bathroom.
Of course. Well, I would hate to hear that Nissa ever had a meeting with Sadan, because then I might be the last person you see, and you would not want that.
Doesn't sound very profitable.
Plus, no offense, but I'd like to see a bit of a prettier sight before I die. No offense, but
Big, toothy smile.
I guess good luck with finding the traitor, Lyle.
If you hear anything, you will come see me. Because if I find out that you know, and are not letting the rest of your brethren find out, that tattoo on your chest will be meaningless. It will be a target for all of your siblings. Every paw will want the coin for your head. Do we have an agreement?
Understood.
Good. You may go now.
I think we gracefully exit.
As you guys are leaving the back room and starting to walk through, at one point, Aggie actually bumps into you a bit, Nissa, and almost trips and falls and catches herself. Oh, sorry, Nissa.
It's okay. You okay?
Yeah, I've just been kind of stressed the past few days. I gotta go, and she kind of pats you on the shoulder, but take care. Though there was one point where she was catching herself and she kind of put a hand to your side to help catch her. There's something in your pocket.
Gotcha. I'll give her a wink and be careful under my breath and then head out.
You too. She scurries off. You look back for a brief moment and you see, as you had been exiting, Sadan was kind of watching you guys leave.
So I will exit and then look at what's in my pocket.
You notice it's kind of a little bit of a wrapped up bundle of parchment around something. As you start to unfold it, you notice there's a little bit of handwriting on the interior, and these two thin black gloves are rolled up inside.
Excellent.
Would you like to put them on?
I would.
Belinda, you also notice this, but when Nissa puts the gloves on, nope, the gloves disappear. Like her hands look normal, like her hands, with no gloves on.
Is this a thief thing? Not judging, just asking.
All I know is these are going to help me. I'm going to find out what these can do.
Okay, suggestion. I don't think we should go straight home.
No.
And I do have some stuff to do.
Brief thing, there was writing on the paper on the inside. I don't know if you read that.
I was going to do.
Okay. It's a little bit of just this seemingly long-winded explanation of how Lyle is going to go visit some family out in the distance, but it's all written in Thieves' Camp. There is a hidden message that would be known to certain Shadow Wolves members, basically saying, he's being hunted, he's being framed, please help him.
I knew it.
He hopes that you got the job done, here's the reward for it, help.
Lyle's being set up, he needs help.
This is confirmation. Okay, good. I like confirmation. Should you destroy that?
I will burn the letter with Shocking Grasp.
So you can just hold it, Shocking Grasp, and it just gets smaller as your hand closes on it and turns into charred dust.
Nice trick. Man, sometimes I wish I learned magic. Alright, so I think we need to go back to Akiva and Scriv, but we could be productive on our way and maybe throw off our trail a little bit. I know we need to swing by the academy to pick up... Sorry, I'm in secretive mode. To pick up a sending scroll for Akiva. Sorry, habit of not sharing.
It's okay, and sure, whatever you need. I need to focus on something right now, because that was a lot just now.
Oh, this isn't your day-to-day?
No!
I would also like to check for someone tailing us.
Make a perception check.
19?
You're looking back, and no one is following you, as far as you can tell.
Okay, I think the coast is clear, but we'll just swing by and meet up with the abjuration wizard. She was preparing this scroll for Akiva, so maybe that will bring him some comfort.
Yeah, hopefully. That's to get in touch with his friend, right?
Yeah, the one you saw.
Yeah, okay.
You're able to go and get to Normois, and very little issue. You talk for a minute to the guards outside. They go and retrieve her, and she's able to give you the sending scroll with lots of comments of, tell Akiva if there's anything else I can help him with, or if there's anything he needs, or I would like to help him to get back in touch and be, good with his people and his friend.
Yeah, of course. I'll pass on your regards. I'm sure he would appreciate that.
You have a sending spell scroll.
Perfect. All right, I will collect that. All right, I guess we go back and try to see how they're doing and fill them in on what we learned.
Yeah, which was something.
Yeah, I still have to go see my mother. We'll get to it.
While you guys were out, there was a brief snippet as Scriv is copying notes. Akiva, you notice a few customers come in and out of the shop a few times. At one point, you see a royal guard come in the shop with a package, and this was to be delivered to a Belinda Walsingham. Henrietta kind of signs for it and tucks it back behind the counter.
Yep.
Just wanted to mention that has happened while they were out. By the time you guys return, it's noonish to early afternoon.
We'll pick up lunch on the way. We'll look for some fried stuffed peppers. We know fried food is a crowd pleaser with this party.
All right. So you acquire lunch.
We return with food.
So you arrive. When you do, Henrietta says, Belinda, there's a package for you here. And she will pull out this long passage. It's about 4 feet long, but thin.
Came from a royal guard.
I wasn't expecting something. Okay, I guess we'll take it upstairs.
I'll follow them upstairs.
All right, yeah, so thank you, Henrietta, and Akiva, I'm glad you were able to help Henrietta out.
Thank you for letting me help you.
Of course, you are quite a helpful person.
All right, sorry, we'll leave you in peace, Henrietta.
No, it's no problem.
We'll head upstairs with our food and my package.
How far have I gotten in the transcribing?
You've gotten a good ways in, because it's been several hours that they've been out. Go ahead and roll a intelligence plus proficiency for your calligrapher's tools.
12.
You've gotten a good ways in. Slowed up a little bit because of being occasionally mentally not on the task at hand. A little distracted still.
Does Belinda have teas and stuff around?
Yeah.
I probably made myself, at home.
Okay. So, Scriv has pot of tea going. You are able to get some information. You know that the Rotten Regions contains the Dark Palace, Tenebrous' seat for his kingdom. You have gotten bits that the area is considered a maze-like ruin of ancient structures, almost like a massive battle took place on these lands, and all that remains is the devastated ruins. It's supposed to be filled with demons and lost souls that roam the lifeless domain. And you have heard that divination magic does not work on this layer. So basically attempts to look in on this realm or gain insight into it fail. That's what you're able to get so far.
Okay.
I'd say if you spend a couple more hours, you have the whole thing.
So I guess we'll walk in. You do it all right, Scriv?
Yeah. And, I motion to the pile of papers that I've already transcribed along with notation, and then I hold up a smaller, stack of papers. Tony, while I've been doing this, is it possible for me to, build just a short list of just strategic tactical planning?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do have some notations on the palace itself and what the apparent rooms are supposed to be, but again, some of this stuff is unclear because of the dangers of actually traveling here. And some of it might have been obtained from actual demons being interrogated.
I hand the brief to Belinda. This is the sort of analysis that I would do before we go into any sort of dig site. It's adapted from my father's notes whenever he comes up with a strategic plan.
Yeah, I'll flip through it. This looks like great work, Scriv. I think this will be a huge help, so we're not going in blind, which is what we did with the Tenebrous cult, and it did not go as well as it could have had we had better information, so thanks for doing the necessary background work.
Yeah, there are 2 points, my dad used to say. You have to find the dots, and then you connect the dots, and then you'll have the whole picture.
Yeah.
So, this is just the dots I found so far.
Kiva, you holding up?
I'm fine.
Any word from him?
He's probably resting.
Okay. Say, sorry, I apparently got another package. Just give me a second, I'll open this, and then Nissa can fill you in on what we learned. Also, Nissa, I don't know if I should apologize. I think an apology tends to indicate some sort of regret or repentance, which I have none, but I hope it didn't make you too uncomfortable.
No, thank you for your assistance.
So I'll open the package, Tony.
So as you open it, you notice a letter kind of slips from within, and you see a broom with a small necklace kind of tied to it.
Okay, I will separate the items and read the note.
The necklace, by the way, is nice. It's got a simple red pendant and a gold outline. The note, you open it up, and it's just, on it says, raided some of my family's stuff. One will help you keep things in your certain way. The other will help keep you standing. Enjoy. Zolas.
Sorry, apparently Zolas has sent us some things. Can I quickly assess what these items are, Tony?
Make 2 Arcana checks. 1 for each thing. Also, if you want, you can make an Arcana check on those gloves that Nissa has. So we'll do Nissa's gloves first.
23.
17.
So the gloves are called Gloves of Thievery. They provide a +5 bonus to any sleight of hand or dexterity checks that help you to pick locks.
Oh.
And they do not require attunement. So the broom.
17.
10.
Okay. Belinda, you know this a little better. Akiva, it's a magical broom. You're not 100% sure what it might do because there are different kinds of magical brooms. Belinda, this is called a broom of sweeping, which can literally take whoever is basically using it, and you simply need to use a command word, and it will organize everything within a space to the exact specifications of the person using it. Cleaning grime and removing dust and put things in a magically tidy way, just the way that the person using it would want.
OCD Belinda's so happy.
And second Arcana check for the pendant.
12.
12.
This one's not particularly uncommon item. It is a periapt of wound closure. So what it does is, while wearing the pendant, you have to attune to it, but it stabilizes you whenever you're dying. And in addition, whenever you roll hit die to regain hit points, you double the points rolled.
So I'll say, apparently Zolas sent this broom as some sort of judgment on my housekeeping skills, but this amulet is something really special. Scriv, would you like to have it?
Thank you. I awkwardly kind of paw at where I used to be wearing the amulet. Yeah. And so I'll put on the periapt of wound closing.
Sorry, we brought lunch. Sorry, I got distracted by the package. Here, Kiva, Scriv, I know you both enjoy fried food.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Almost reminds me of home.
Yeah, I was hoping it would. Orenthal hasn't been the most friendly place so far. And I don't think that's going to change. Nissa, you want to tell them what we did? Or what we think we did?
I'll pour out some tea for everyone.
I think, did we just make a deal with the Whispered Ones, maybe?
I put down the teapot. What?
We found Sidon.
Oh, of course you did.
Accidentally.
With the Shadow Wolves.
Yes. He was seeming to be cleaning house?
Looks that way.
He's running the Shadow Wolves.
No, he's not that high up. He's higher than my contact, but he's not the highest rank.
But, like, everyone in the Orenthal branch of the Shadow Wolves is listening to him?
I think not everyone, but I think the people who attacked us last night were.
Probably. I have a feeling he's got his own minions.
Sorry, Akiva, we swung. Sorry, we'll go back to this, but here's your scroll. I don't know when you want to use it. Let me know, but maybe that will provide some reassurance?
Yeah.
But anyways, sorry, Nissa, you were explaining.
You said a deal.
He basically offered to enable me to work my way up the ranks of the Shadow Wolves faster than I am doing now.
He was explaining that Lyle was a traitor who was on the run. Nissa said she definitely trusts Lyle, and based on that paperwork you found, Nissa, Sidon is the traitor. So we either had a chance to try to just run for it, fight him.
Lyle's on the run, he's being set up.
Yeah, and it seemed like winning Sidon over was our best chance to help save Lyle, and maybe find out more about how far the Whispered One's reach stretches.
Yeah, nice move.
It was a calculated risk. It could have gone awry. Thank you for playing the game.
It's what I do.
Do we think Sidon might have been a contact for Relay?
We didn't mention her name, but I wouldn't be surprised. We mentioned the name of Demise, didn't say Demise, and he claimed to not know who that was, but it did seem to help win him over that we were people who were in the know. So I imagine he indirectly knew about Orlais, and perhaps he was the one putting pressure on her to deliver your amulet, Scriv.
Do we know what she used to knock us out like she did?
I would imagine some kind of poison.
Yeah.
How expensive would that kind of thing be? That might narrow down who exactly is running things, how high up the person who's giving her orders was.
Or how much the Whispered Ones have at their disposal. So, question to the DM, can we do a check on poisons?
You can make an intelligence check.
7.
14.
5.
Based off of your roll, Belinda, you're not exactly sure what poison this is. You do know there are poisons that can incapacitate people. The fact that she stabbed him means that, like, that's the only way to inject this poison. You do know a poison like this, though, costs hundreds of gold.
Hundreds of gold for, like, a single use. Well, 2 uses. Not like you get a bunch of it.
It might be considering it's a stab type, it might be that it's once applied, it has a minute before it wears off.
Okay, so I'll say, yeah, thank you for describing that, Scriv. I think it's probably a poison that costs hundreds of gold, and she had to apply it to her blade to use it as a last resort.
So I guess she might not have really had a choice then.
I mean, we always have a choice, but it seems like she might have been under a lot of pressure. Her own life might have been on the line.
I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just trying to understand where she was. If I know what the situation was, then we can try and extrapolate how that impacts the Shadow Wolves and everything else.
And I'll say, Nissa and I making this connection with Sedan, I think, can only help us at least to get more information about their hierarchy and their plans.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're meeting up with a contact who's coming into town in a few days.
Do you have any idea who the contact is?
Someone that's hard to miss.
Well, there are a couple of people that come to mind whenever you say someone hard to miss associated with the Whispered Ones.
Yeah. I wondered if it might be that Dragonborn. We never did learn his name. Or it could be Mavic Thule.
When did you say this was happening?
A few days. I think, Nissa, what did he say? We're going to get more information?
I think so. I know he's going to... He'll be in touch with us in a few days, and yeah.
How does this affect visiting Kakos?
Negatively? I mean, we could go tomorrow.
Oh yeah, didn't you get a letter, Scriv?
I've been putting it off. I guess I might as well read it now.
Kako said that they would love for you to come visit. Yes, strides in moments, continues his studies at the monastery, continues to hone his craft, and would be excited to see you again.
Oh, that's nice. Well, hopefully this reunion will go better.
Could it go worse?
Not gonna think about that right now. File away the letter, and finish my delicious fried stuffed pepper, and see if I can finish this transcription. At this rate, I might be able to finish the copy by tonight.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Kiva?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the scroll?
I don't know that I'm in the right mindset right now.
Okay. How do we get you there?
Can't really tell you. Don't really know myself.
Look over at the Kopesh at Belinda's side. I don't want to do it, as much as you don't want to do it, but giving him his weapon back...
I don't think that's gonna help.
Not even a chance to try and reconcile, get answers?
It's not like it's his fault. I asked him to do it.
I'd be lying if I didn't say that it was another situation of trying to, feed 2 mouths with 1 morsel. Just kind of also want to know what's going on with Orlais.
Well, as far as he told you, she's alive.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's a bad idea. Got it. Never mind.
Akiva, do you want me to try to access your memories again?
You can, if you want, but I think the most you might see is how it happened, but sure.
I've seen stuff you haven't seen before.
Yeah, you can give it a go if you want.
Figure it's worth a shot, yeah. Okay, so can I use my ability, Tony?
Mind meld?
Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna gain access to his 1 memory.
You see a starry sky that's being lit up by the sun, slowly, and you hear Akiva call out for Umbra to take him and use him to stop Orlais. And there's a brief whisper right before Akiva's voice seems to fly back that, wait, don't kill her. And then darkness encompasses the scene. A brief moment as your vision flies up and you see Scriv motionless on the ground before he too seems to be covered by these shadows. everything around you is blackness and cold. And then suddenly, Orlay's in front of you. You don't feel like you moved, but she is there. And you hear Umbra's voice go, "We're going to have a talk, you and I. See what you know. Your memories." And as memories, you feel like that last one was a little bit louder. And that's when Orlay turns and screams before shadows completely engulf her person, putting her arms up before you see this like bundle of shadow where she was, and it seems to sink into the ground. The shadows then pull back and recede, and the vision fades.
Scriv, you saw this, right?
I saw him. I didn't see what happened to her. I just heard a scream.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
It's as if the shadows that are Umbra consumed her. He wants her memories and what she knows.
Okay, then.
I don't know where that means she is, and he wouldn't tell me before, but she's not gone forever.
Then that'll have to do. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Don't.
I was going to say, Akiva, you had to make a terrible choice.
Regrets aren't going to change anything. Blame isn't going to change anything. All we can do now is focus on the missions.
You sound like your dad.
Yeah, that's what bothers me.
Nissa, I think you're still within your first 24 hours with our group. I think you still haven't outed your contract if you want to leave. It's been a lot.
It has, yeah. You guys have even more going on than I thought. But then it appears so do I.
Yeah, if this job with the Whispered Ones is going to shake out with what it sounds like, you're going to need all the help you can get.
Yeah, I think we can help each other still, and if I can help get you some answers, Scriv, then...
Thank you, Nissa.
Akiva?
Yep.
I get you're processing right now, but we don't have a lot of time. So what do we do to fix this?
I'll just deal. I can still function, but...
Not very well, though. I hate to break it to you. I don't think you're functioning as well as you feel like you are.
I mean, it is what it is.
We could do better. We just need to figure out what you could focus on that will keep you moving forward.
Just give me something to do and I'll do it.
Well, I don't want a mindless, unfeeling automaton just dragged along by the party. We want you.
What if we get Lazarus back?
Yeah, that might help. I've kind of been putting that off because I don't know that I deserve to have him.
Lazarus died to buy us time.
I'm the one that sent him out there, though. I'm the one that made the decision to capture or consume Orlay.
You mean for Umbra. You didn't know what it meant, and apparently you regret it.
And that's enough.
Yeah.
Look, I want to know about Orlay too, but there's not much we can do by sitting around and moping and feeling bad and blaming you, and it's not going to bring her back. So all we can do is move forward, which is what she's trying to say. We need you as you, and bringing back, well, honestly, your better half would definitely be good, because I am sorely lacking in a Cataclysm partner, and...
Yeah, and I think that's what's been the hardest for me, is that you don't blame me, and you should.
That's not going to do anything.
If you want to suffer, don't worry, we've got plenty of that ahead of us. It's going to happen. If you'd like to think you're going to be punished, it's going to happen. We have a lot going on, and it can't all go well, but who else is going to do it? All of this, all these things, making sure Nissa gets answers and helps her, friend Lyle, making sure that we get what we need from the Abyss. No one else is going to do these things. And I'm not saying the ends justify the means, but you made a choice. It kept us moving forward. It kept Scriv alive. You guys didn't get murdered in the streets, because that doesn't help anyone.
Yeah.
So, you've experienced regret. I think we're done. I think we say it's done. We move on.
I think you're right, and I'll crack a smile.
Yeah, thank you. Of course I'm right.
As always.
No, not always, but in this case. Nissa, you know arcane spells. Have you ever summoned a familiar before?
Don't believe I would have done. That's not something I've dabbled in.
So maybe, Nissa, you could help Akiva with the ritual?
Sure, what do you need, Akiva?
If you have any charcoal, incense, and a bowl that can contain some fire, preferably brass.
Alright, if you're helping Akiva, we have the ingredients he needs. Scriv, I can help you with the transcribing.
Thank you.
Okay. So you are casting Find Familiar. It's 10 gold worth of ingredients to be consumed in a brass brazier. It will take you an hour.
It's fine.
So about an hour after that, actually between the two of you, you can finish the remaining of the transcription in that hour.
Okay, good. Transcription, annotation.
Mm-hmm. So as you complete the ritual, burning the items within the brazier, as the flame erupts for a moment upwards, forming in the air, the semi-translucent pseudo-dragon Lazarus appears, seeming like to come from the smoke itself as it forms and coalesces around him and just flies up and lands on your shoulders.
Hey, buddy, I'm so sorry.
Nuzzle.
I missed you.
And that is where we're going to leave this episode for today.
Thank you all for listening. Please share this with your friends and follow us on Twitter at rulesaswritten or check out our website, dndraw.com. And feel free to email any questions to the DM at dm@dndraw.com. Also, subscribe and leave us a review or comment anywhere podcasts are found. And please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dndraw. And remember, always make good decisions.